Right. Good morning, all of you. So again, we are going back to DMM2. Right. So actually, we have already revised all the things in the during the summer vacation. Right. However, we will once again go through the basics. Right. So in the first chapter, we have the bearings, and again in that we have two types of bearings. One is sliding contact bearing. The other one is a rolling contact bearing. Right. So we all know what is a bearing. If let us suppose if there is an online exam and if you are writing in some multiple choice or something, then you need to go through the basics also, right? So what is a bearing? Normally bearing is a machine part. Sorry. So bearing is a machine part. So whose function is to support a secondary member, right? Secondary member in the sense it may be a shaft or any other thing. So it is preventing its motion in the direction of the applied load, right? And at the same time, it allows the motion in the other direction. That means this is the secondary member, right? This is a secondary member, and let us suppose this is a right. This is a bearing. So what it is doing, it is preventing the motion in the direction of the applied load. So let us suppose we have a gear here, gear or anything. That means the load is acting in this direction, that is downward direction, right? The applied load is in this direction, right? And the bearing is restricting this direction, right? It is supporting and it is avoiding this motion in this direction, right? And allowing the motion in another predetermined direction. What is this a predetermined direction? It should rotate circular, right? The shaft should rotate circular. So it is allowing the shaft to rotate in its own direction. That means in its predetermined direction. It is programmed to run in the circular direction. So this bearing will allow the shaft to rotate only in the circular motion, not in the linear motion, right? And and the portion of the shaft supported by the bearing is called journal. So this portion, so from here to here, right? This portion is called as a journal. Okay, this portion is called as a journal. And most bearings support rotating shafts against either radial or axial forces. So rotating shafts, again radial force, so the forces may be in this direction or the forces may be in this direction, right? That means in this direction, axial direction, right? So if let us suppose, okay, the classification of bearings will be based on normally on many factors, right? In that we will take few factors. So first factor is depending on the direction of the load. Okay. So when the load is acting in the vertical direction, right? That means it is acting on the radius of the shaft, right? It is acting on the radius of the shaft. So it is also called as the radial or transverse bearing. Okay. And if you see here, thrust or axial bearing. So the load is acting in this direction, not in this direction. Okay. This is not the direction. So it is acting in this direction. That means in the axial direction. Right. So this type of bearing is called as thrust bearing. Okay. In which this is called the bearing. This is the bearing. And here this is the bearing. right? So this is restricting the motion in this direction, and it is allowing to rotate in the clockwise, in the rotary direction or radial direction, right? So this is depending on the type of the load. Chart box, sir, what happens if force is acting in two directions? What happens if the, so 3E3 is asking what happens if force is acted in two directions? So how can we expect in the two directions? So normally we cannot expect in two directions. The load may not be applied in this. Let us suppose this is the shaft with the gear, right? This shaft will rotate in the circular direction or rotary direction, and the load will be acting in this direction, right? That means the total weight of the load, the total load weight of the gear will be acting in the downward direction. That means the load is acting on the bearing in this direction. That means the downward direction, right? తర్వాత డౌన్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ అయినా సార్ మరి రొటేషన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రొటేటింగ్, దెన్ హౌ అంటే, సో సి లెట్ us suppose this is the bearing, this is the shaft, right, and this is continuously rotating, right? So the load will be taking place in all the directions, right? The load will be taking in the all directions. Okay, this is the bearing, this is the shaft, right? So that is the reason we are calling it as a radial or transverse bearing, right? The load is acting total in the radial direction, so it cannot act in the axial direction. Okay, so this load cannot be in the axial direction along the axis of the shaft. So either it may be a radial load or it may be a thrust load, right? In few cases there will be mixed loads, that is radial, that is transverse or axial. Saikiran? Saikiran?
ఎస్ సార్.
Saikiran, waiting room ఉందా?
నేను పెట్టాను సార్, అటెండెన్స్ నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాను.
ఓకే నాకు అదే ఓకే టాప్ మెసేజ్ వస్తుంది చూస్తున్నాను. So in some cases we will be having the axial and the thrust load, radial load, right? So these things we have already discussed in the problems, right? When there are two types of loads, then how the problem will be. So we will discuss this later. So first initially we will go with the basic things, right? What is the radial load and what is the thrust load? And when we are discussing the problems, we will definitely discuss what is the mixed load, when mixed load will happen, right? And depending on the nature of the contact, we have sliding contact bearing, also called as general bearing, also called as plain bearing. Okay, this is based on the type of the contact, how the contact is, either it is a point load or it is a line load, line contact, point contact, right? So based on those things. And we have one more, that is a rolling contact bearing or anti-friction bearing, right? So we will be discussing in the first part with the sliding contact bearing and in the second part with the rolling contact bearings, right? So what is the sliding contact bearing? This is the sliding contact bearing, wherein which we have the outer shell, right, in which there will be a shaft, right, and the lubricating oil is present in between the shaft and the bearing shell, otherwise. Okay, so this will slide. This point will not be at one position. This axis will not be at one single position, right? This position will be moving with time. So sometimes here, sometimes here, sometimes here. Okay, so there is a hydrodynamic lubrication. So we'll discuss this thing also, right? And if you see this, we have the outer shell, we have the inner shell or ring, right? And in between these two shells or rings, we have the balls, right? And these are the rolling elements. right? And the shaft is placed in this. So we have a point contact with the within the bearings, right? The contact is a point contact, right? And this is directly fixed with this. So there is no gap between the inner ring and the shaft, right? And this will be moving in with only single point. But whether if we are going for sliding contact, we will get different center points, right? We will get different center points. But here it is concentric, right? All the circles or rings are concentric with each other. There is no point of changing the center. And this is how the general bearing looks like, right? And I think many of you people you have seen in the Teams project lab, right? Some of them I have already used also. So this is a journal bearing, right? Wherein which we will have one bottom block, right? We will have one bottom block, and in the same way we'll have one upper block, right? And this is fixed to the base, right? This is fixed to the base, and the shaft is placed, and then again the upper cover is placed and fixed, right? So there will be an oil hole. Why? To supply the oil continuously, right? Because the journal will work based on the viscosity of the oil or thickness of the oil film, right? So that is the reason we have to maintain the oil film. So in order to maintain the oil film, we need to supply the oil regularly, right? In regular time intervals. So the other thing is a rolling contact bearing. In rolling contact bearing, we will have the things, that is the outer ring, the inner ring, and we have some balls, right? And there will be a cage for holding these balls, right? This is a rolling bearing. So the sliding contact bearing, in which the sliding action is along the circumference of the circle or an arc of the circle. That means what we are doing here is we are taking this bearing, right? And this shaft, what it will do at one point, it will be somewhere here. At one point of time, it will be somewhere here. At one point of it will be somewhere here. And at some point of time, it will be somewhere here. That means the center of the shaft is changing regularly if there are variable loads, right? And this will slide along the circumference of the outer ring or the general or the bearing circumference surface, right? And carrying radial loads, these will be for only carrying the radial loads, right? And these are known as the journal or sleeve bearings, right? And when the angle of contact of the bearing with the journal is 360 degrees, that means this is the thing, right? And let us suppose this is a shaft, and this shaft, if it is rotating on the circumference of the circle throughout the bearing, then that is 360 degrees. Okay, that means it is moving from this point to this point, this point to this point. Total it is covering total 360 degree. So this type of bearing is called as the full journal bearing, right? That means it is continuously touching the full surface, full circumference of the bearing, right? And this type of bearing is normally used in the industrial machinery, right? To accommodate bearing loads in any radial direction. In any radial direction, sometimes it may be in this direction, sometimes in this direction, right? Along the radial, it may act in any radial direction. And so when the angle of contact of the bearing with the journal is 120 degrees, let us suppose this is a bearing And if this is a journal, sorry, if this is a shaft. So let us suppose this shaft is at some point of time it is somewhere here, at some point of time it is somewhere here, but not on the top, right? You have to assume that the shaft is at this position. When we are starting a machine, it will go to somewhere here, and then it will come back to this place. Again it will roll to this place, again it will roll to this place, this place, this place. So it will be rolling within this point. So from this to from this, so this angle of contact will be only 120 degrees. This will be 120 degrees. Okay, so that contact will be only 120 degrees. From this point to this point will be only 120 degrees. But in the previous case, that is full journal bearing, the bearing will be traveling throughout the circumference of the circle. That is a 360 degrees bearing, right? So this type of bearing is called as the partial journal bearing, right? And this type of bearing has less friction than the full journal bearing. Why less friction? Because the contact is only up to 120 degree, remaining is a free space. But here it is touching all the circumference, that means at each and every point. So this, madam, good morning, నేను క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నా మేడం.
All of you raise your hands, I'll take your attendance fast. Everyone raise your hands, I'll be taking your attendance. Roll number 17D0, 17D2, E8, F7, H8, H9, J9, K0, L6, M3, M9, N4, J1. J1, why you are not connected to audio? D2, E8, F7, H9, K0, L6, N4, J1. If you're not raising, you will be marked as absent. Once again, I'm calling E8, F7, H9, K0. I'm marking you as absent. All of you lower your hands. Attendance has completed. Okay. If not, why you are raising now? Attendance completed. Within the time frame, you have to raise your hand. H3 is raising now. E8. Okay, E8. Okay, lower your hand, E8. N2, M7.